but we will get started in Shavasana. If you can, I'll suggest taking Shavasana in the other direction you usually do. So where your head usually is, put your feet there. It's not totally necessary to be that way, but we'll flip over shortly. So this might be the first time you're lying on the floor today. If so, welcome. I often like to end and start class in Shavasana, not always, but sometimes it's good to be able to bookend our practice with the same pose. It can be a little easier to notice the quality of the practice and the difference that you feel from the beginning to the end. Here, notice if there are any places in the body where you may be gripping. Check the hips, check the jaw, the space between the eyebrows. See if you can bring just 10% more ease. The element of fire, if we're working with tapas today, then the element of fire may show up as temperature, as heat or cool feelings on the skin. It might show up as sort of burning, digestion, other sort of processes of purification in the body. See if you can tune into those processes, whether that's temperature or something else. If you haven't already, begin to deepen the breath. It doesn't have to be your fullest, deepest breath, just somewhere where you feel full enough. And we'll take 3 deep breaths together. Let your next exhale be deep and complete out through the nose. Then inhale through the nose. Exhale, sigh it out. Deep breath in. Slow breath out. One more time. Let the lips gently touch and breathe in and out through the nose at your own pace. When you're ready, gently blink open the eyes if they were closed. And start to flex the feet so the toes point up towards the ceiling. Keeping the heels rooted down, start to point and flex the feet so that the whole body starts to move on the mat up and down. You might feel the head nodding. Yes, yes, yes. You might feel the hips tipping forwards and back, generating a little bit of friction on the floor. Take a deep breath in. And deep breath out as you come to stillness. Start to windshield wiper the feet forwards and back, side to side, bending the knees a little bit. Again, deep inhale through the nose. Deep exhale, come to stillness. As you inhale, reach the arms over head towards the ceiling. And then tuck the shoulder blades underneath you so you feel the shoulder blades squeezing together a little bit. Then see if you could reach them overhead onto the floor. Deep inhale as you grow long through the spine. As you exhale, walk the hands to the right, walk the feet to the right. Take a little banana stretch here. You might hold on to the left wrist. You might stack the left ankle over the right. Deep breath into the left side ribs. Deep breath out. As you inhale, come back through center. And as you exhale, take the other side. Hands come to the left, feet come to the left. Maybe hold on to the right wrist. Maybe stack the right ankle. Notice if that gripping crept into the jaw or in the hips. See if you can release a little more. One more deep breath here. Inhale to come back to center. Bring the arms back towards the ceiling. Flex the hands so that the palms face the ceiling, and then flex the wrists, I should say the hands. So open and close the hands. Pulling the shoulders down onto the mat. Go twice as fast. You might feel those forearm muscles turning on. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Release the arms down towards the floor and start to make your way onto your belly, flipping over. Bring the hands out to the sides. Fingers down, tenting through the hands. Lift the elbows up. And as you inhale, peel the chest up off the earth. As you exhale, lower the right shoulder down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower the left shoulder down. Take 2 more rounds on your own. Legs are super strong. Can you imagine spinning the inner thighs up towards the ceiling, bringing the pinky side edge of the foot closer to the floor? After you finish your second round, lower back down onto the earth. Reach the arms to frame the hips, and then inhale, peel the chest up. Maybe reach so much through the feet that they start to lift up off the floor. Option to stay here, Shalabhasana, or reach the arms forwards like Superman arms. As you inhale, you'll reach through the arms. As you exhale, cactus the arms, pull the elbows back towards the hips. Inhale, reaching the arms forwards. Exhale, pull them back. Keep the back of the neck long, gazing down. 2 more times. Strong legs, spinning the inner thighs up. After your next exhale, lower everything down and make your way to a child's pose. Hips press back towards the heels. You might spread the knees a little wider here. Let the forehead rest on something. Maybe you stack hands or stack fists to bring the ground a little bit closer. As you inhale, tent the hands, reach the fingertips forwards. As you exhale, walk the hands to the right. Take another side stretch here. Press that left sitting bone down. Let the head and neck go. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Inhale to come back to center. Then exhale to the other side. Moving at your own pace. That might be slower or faster than me. Press that right sitting bone down. Breathe into the right side ribs. As you inhale, come back through center. Take child's pose. And as you keep the forehead lowered, see if you can lift the right arm just an inch. Deep breath in. Exhale, lower it down. Switch to the other side. Inhale to lift the left arm, noticing the difference between the sides. And exhale to lower. Again, lift through that right arm. This time, keep it lifted. Can you draw little circles, very small circles with the hand, like you're trying to draw something in front of you? Notice which direction you've taken. Take a deep breath in and exhale, lower the right hand. Inhale to lift the left, take some circles. Again, notice which direction you're going. See if you can release any tension in the right arm, in the neck. On your next exhale, lower down. One more time, this time lifting the right arm. Take the opposite direction. 2 deep breaths. Really exhaling out all the stale air. And on your next inhale, switch to the left side. Again, moving the circles in the opposite direction. One more breath. And on your next inhale, come to all fours, tabletop. Go through a few rounds of cat-cow, either moving at your pace or sticking with me. As you inhale, arch through the spine, look forwards, shoulders back. Exhale, chin to chest, puff up the upper back. Inhale, arching, cow pose. Exhale, curling, cat pose. 2 more times. Feel free to add anything here. And after your next exhale, come back to a neutral tabletop, keeping the back of the neck long. Tuck the right toes if they're not already, stretch the right leg long. And then keeping the toes pointed down, can you lift the left leg as high as you like? You can arch through the back, maybe lift the left arm. Inhale, reaching back, reaching forwards. Exhale, elbow to knee underneath you. Inhale to reach. Exhale to curl. One more time. Inhaling. And exhale. Lower the left hand, lower the knee. Tuck the left toes, send the left leg long. Lift through the left leg. Toes point down. You can keep lifting the leg, but it's easy to open up the hip here and try to lift the leg. Can you keep the toes pointing down? Lift through the right arm. Deep inhale. Exhale, elbow to knee. 3 times at your own pace. Use those exhales Draw the navel in as you exhale. And the next time you exhale, lower the hand, lower the knee, tuck both toes, bring the legs together, ankles together, big toes touch. Start to press the hips back towards the heels and then come forwards. Hips back towards the heels and come forwards. 2 more times. Stretching out the bottoms of the feet here. Maybe a little in the wrists too. The next time you come forwards, cross the ankles behind you and see if you can sit back onto your seat. Navasana reps, bring the hips to the middle of the mat. And then as you inhale, start to lift the feet up off the floor into this boat pose. See if you can keep the low back long. Draw the navel in, maybe hold the backs of the knees or outstretch the arms. Squeeze the legs together. We'll lift and lower 3 times. Inhale here for length through the spine. Exhale, Ardha Navasana, hover off the floor. Doesn't matter how far you go. Inhale back up to center, draw the navel in. Exhale, hover. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bring the feet down. Cross the ankles again. Bring the hands down. And make your way to your first downward facing dog. Step the feet back. First down dog. Feel free to pedal out the feet. Maybe lift a leg and open up a hip. You can always come down onto the knees and take child's pose instead. And if you're looking for something between child's pose and down dog, you could take puppy dog with the knees down and the arms forward. Take a few more breaths to even out both sides if you're still moving. And on your next exhale, come to stillness, pressing the hands down, lift the hips up and back. On your next inhale, look between the hands, bend the knees, prepare. And exhale, step the feet forward, forward fold. Take a few breaths here with the feet under the hips, generous bend in the knees, especially if you have tight hamstrings. Maybe hold opposite elbows to really help gravity pull you down. Can you imagine the whole upper body waterfalling out of the hips? If you're holding elbows, switch your grip. Notice the weight in the feet. Are you favoring the outside edges of the feet, the inside edges, forwards, back? See if you can even out that weight. Draw the navel in to support the low back. And on your next exhale, release the arms to the floor. Inhale, roll all the way up to stand, Tadasana. Press the feet down. Lift up through the crown, really engage through the legs. Lift the kneecaps to turn on the quads, embodying a mountain for just a breath. Deep inhale here. Deep exhale, gently squeezing the shoulder blades together. As you inhale, reach the arms up, maybe look up, Virabhadrasana. As you exhale, forward fold. Take up space, tip from the hips. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to shins, reach the crown forwards. Exhale, fold, crown to floor, bend the knees as much as you need. Inhale, sweep the arms up, take up space, Virabhadrasana. Exhale, forward fold, moving meditation. Each of these poses will feel different. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, really tipping the weight into the fronts of the feet here. Inhale, reach the arms overhead. One more time, exhale, fold. Spin the inner thighs behind you, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise as you come up. Feeling the feet rooted down, lower the arms as you exhale. Adding on, Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, plant the hands, come to plank. Maybe you lower to chaturanga, maybe you hold plank today. Flip the feet, inhale, take a back bend. Maybe you're ready for upward facing dog, maybe cobra. As you exhale, let the hips pull you back to downward facing dog. Drawing the navel in, let the head and neck go. Imagine you could spin the inner elbows forwards. They might not face forwards completely, but that's the shoulder alignment we're looking for here. Can you lengthen the side waist from the armpit up to the hip? Deep breath in. Deep breath out, actively flexing the feet. As you inhale, step the feet forward, halfway lift. As you exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up, lift the arms. Exhale, right back down, Uttanasana, forward fold. Weight comes forward in the feet, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, jump or step back, chaturanga or plank. Inhale, flip the feet, take a back bend. Exhale, flip the feet, take an inversion. This could be child's pose, this could be puppy dog pose. 5 breaths, somewhere where the hips are over the head. Once you finish your last breath, letting your exhale be deep and complete. Inhale, step or lightly hop forward, halfway lift. As you exhale, forward fold, draw the navel in. Inhale, rise up, lift the arms. Exhale, arms come down, Tadasana. Surya Namaskar B, we'll add a few things here. Bend the knees, inhale, chair pose, maybe thumbs to sternum, maybe arms in line with the ears, doesn't matter. Can you again spin the eyes of the elbows, the inner elbows, forwards together, maybe up towards the ceiling. Pull the arms back into the shoulder sockets, tuck the tailbone down, send more weight into the backs of the feet, the heels. Maybe you lift the toes just to play. Deep breath in, maybe look up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, optional vinyasa. Meet me in downward facing dog. Maybe you go through a chaturanga and an up dog to get there. Totally optional. The same exhale that brings you to down dog. Right foot between the hands, left heel down on an angle, warrior 1 feet. Bend into the right knee and inhale, reach the arms up towards the ceiling. Hold here. Spin the right hip back, left hip forward. Press into the outer edge of that left foot. Draw the navel in. Bend a little deeper into that left knee. Inhale, maybe look up, test your balance. As you exhale, bring the thumbs to the sternum. Come off of the back heel, so now we're in crescent pose. Keep pulling the right hip back. Inhale, reach the arms up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, take a twist, standing twist. Open the arms into a T. Look over the right. Imagine I'm holding your right hand, pulling you back just an inch. Draw the navel in, maybe gaze towards the right thumb. Inhale. Exhale, come back to center, thumbs to sternum. Inhale, reach the arms up, Anjaneyasana. As you exhale, hands frame the front foot. Optional, Virabhadrasana 3. Start to shift the weight onto the right foot and lift the left leg, no higher than hip height. Flex the toes down towards the floor. Hands can stay down. Right knee can bend. Maybe thumbs to sternum. Maybe arms reach and frame the hips. Spread through the collarbones. Maybe Superman arms in front. One more breath in. Exhale, hands frame the front foot. Meet me in downward facing dog. Maybe you go through chaturanga and up dog to get there. The same exhale that takes you to down dog. Step the left foot between the hands. Back heel comes down, warrior one. Inhale, lift. Hold here. Finding that same alignment. Sides will be different. Pull the right hip forward, left hip back. Deepen the bend in the left knee. Weight in the left heel, outer right foot. Relax the shoulders like you're holding a beach ball above the head. Can you squeeze the shoulder blades together without puffing out the low ribs? Draw the low ribs down towards the hip points. Maybe gaze up. Deep breath in. Exhale, thumbs to sternum. Come off of that back heel. Anjaneyasana, crescent pose. Maybe a little deeper bend in that left knee as you reach the arms up overhead. On your next exhale, bring the thumbs back to the sternum. Take your twist. Square the shoulders towards the left. Open the arms to a T. And again, imagine I'm holding your left hand, pulling you back just an inch. Deepen the bend in the left knee. Pull the right hip forwards. Gaze towards the left hand if that feels okay. Squeeze the thighs together. Deep inhale. Exhale, come back to center. Reach the arms up. On exhale, hands frame the front foot. Again, optional Vira 3. Weight shifts onto the left foot. Lift through the right leg. Hands can stay down on fingertips or blocks. Right toes face the floor. Really flex through that foot like the whole leg is pressing down into a table. Maybe thumbs to sternum as you lift the heart. Maybe hands frame the hips. Maybe Superman arms. Doesn't matter where you are today, every day, a little different. One more breath in. As you exhale, plant the hands, optional vinyasa, downward facing dog. We'll be in down dog for about 5 breaths. You can skip it and take child's pose instead, or anything that feels good. Deep breath in through the nose. Deep breath out, let it go. Inhale, step the feet forwards, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, bend the knees as much as you need. Coming to chair, bend the knees. Inhale, lift the arms. And exhale, Tadasana. Lower the arms, straighten the legs. We'll do that one more time, 1 breath per movement, adding 1 extra pose. Feel free to take as many breaths as you like or make any adjustments. Finding your feet, spreading the toes, setting up for chair. Tuck the tailbone down, let your next exhale be deep and complete. As you inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha. Exhale, optional vinyasa. Take your time, make your way back to downward facing dog. When you get there, right foot comes forwards, plant the back heel. Warrior one as you inhale. Exhale, lower the hands to the sternum, lift the back heel. Inhale, crescent, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, take your twist towards the right to reach that right hand back. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, warrior three. Maybe the hands don't come down this time. Maybe you just lift forwards. Now, as you exhale, lower the hands, take standing split. Open that left leg up towards the ceiling. Maybe bend the left knee. Reach the knee up towards the ceiling. Option to take the right hand to the left foot. Deep breath in. If you're holding the foot, exhale, slowly release. Maybe take a little hop for handstand prep, or meet me back in downward facing dog. The same exhale that takes you to down dog, step the left foot forwards. Other side, warrior one. Inhale to lift. Exhale, thumbs to sternum, lift the back heel, preparing the feet. Then inhale again, reach the arms up, crescent. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, warrior three, thumbs to sternum or anywhere. Lift through that back foot. As you exhale, lower the hands, standing split. Lift that right leg up. The hip can open. Maybe bend the left knee. Sorry, bend the right knee. You can always bend the left knee. You can reach back with the left hand. Lift that right knee up towards the ceiling. One more deep breath in. As you exhale, slowly release, maybe some handstand hops, or take a vinyasa. You can always skip and meet me in downward facing dog. No rush. Take as many breaths here as you need in either down dog or child's pose or puppy dog. And you can stay here as long as you like. When you're ready, let your next exhale be deep and complete. On an inhale, make your way forwards, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, lift the backs of the hips up. Bend the knees, inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Exhale, Tadasana. Bring the hands down, straighten the legs. Step the feet wide. Feet are parallel. Prasarita-Padottanasana. We'll start with C and then we'll do A. So bring the hands behind the back. Maybe you're holding elbows. Maybe you're holding wrists. Maybe you're clasping hands. Doesn't matter. If you're holding hands though, can you keep the wrists together as much as you can? Imagine you could really press the collarbones wide and open. Draw the navel in. Press down through all four corners of the feet. On your next exhale, start to hinge forwards. Let the arms be a flourish at the end. So get as far as you can into your fold. Doesn't have to be very far. And then see if you can lift the hands away from the low back. Tip the weight a little more into the balls of the feet, the fronts of the feet. Then lift the backs of the hips up. Relax the head and neck. Relax the jaw. One more deep breath. On your exhale, bring the hands down, bend the knees, and inhale, come all the way up to stand. Exhale here. As you inhale, open the arms into a T. And exhale, forward fold. Bring the hands down towards the floor, maybe on fingertips or blocks. Again, knees can bend. Inhale, halfway lift, look towards the horizon. And exhale, forward fold. Walk the hands a little further back if that feels good. Again, same action in the legs. Can you tip the weight forwards in the feet, lift the backs of the hips up as you press the heels down. If you have a tripod headstand that you want to work on here, you're more than welcome to play. Totally optional. Let the head and neck go. Notice that internal dialogue that comes up in these static poses. Can you bring your attention back to the breath? Keep your hands wherever they are. As you inhale, come to fingertips, halfway lift. Exhale, bend the knees, hands to hips. Inhale, come all the way up to stand. And keep the legs as they are. Just turn the shoulders to face the right. Turn the right foot so that the toes face the short edge of the mat. We're going to take pyramid pose. So you might want to take a little bit of a wider stance so the feet are about hips width apart. Pull the right hip back, left hip forward. It's like opposite triangle pose. So in triangle pose where hips are open, this one hips are closed. Draw the navel in, send the tailbone down. Deep inhale through the nose. As you exhale, hinge forwards over that right leg. Press into the big toe. Maybe hands come down to blocks, maybe fingertips. If you want, you can bring the hands behind the back, holding hands, keeping the wrists together. Maybe you bring the fists to touch behind the back with the elbows wide. You might even find reverse prayer here if you can bring the palms together. It doesn't matter what you take. Keep pulling the right hip back. Imagine you could equalize the weight between the feet. And if it feels okay, let the head and neck go. Again, notice that internal dialogue. Widen through the collarbones. Let your next exhale be deep and complete. Micro bend into that right knee and inhale, come all the way up to stand. We'll take the other side. You can keep the hands where they are. Start to turn the feet the other way, facing the back of the mat. Again, feet are about hips width. Big toe presses down on that right foot. Pull the left hip back. Inhale for length. Exhale, hinge forwards. Again, for most of us, we're putting a lot of weight in that front foot. Can you pull the left hip back and press more weight into the right foot? Widen through the collarbones. Maybe let the head and neck go. Parsvatonasana. Any arm variation works here. The yoga police will not come and get you if you're not trying the crazy backwards stuff. Super strong legs. Lift the kneecaps. Press down through the feet. One more breath in. As you exhale, micro bend that front knee. Inhale, come all the way up to stand. And then come to the top of the mat, feet together, Tadasana. Last vinyasa, skip it or do 12 handstands, whatever feels best for you. As you inhale, reach the arms up. Take up space like you're moving through honey. Exhale, forward fold. Let the heart lead you down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, optional vinyasa. Coming to chaturanga or plank. Inhale, flip the feet, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. 5 final breaths in our down dog. 1, pressing the inner hand down. 2, lifting the hips up and back. 3, actively flexing the feet. 4, deepening the breath. And 5, when you're ready, bring the knees down, cross the ankles, come to a seat. 1 more round of Navasana lifts. This time, 8 rounds. Elevation is higher here. I don't know if I could do it with you, but I'm gonna try. When you're ready, come to Navasana, boat pose. Lengthen through the spine. You can always hold the legs if you need to. Inhale. Exhale, Ardha Navasana. Press the heels. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. That's 3. Inhale, use the breath. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale, that's 6. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower, 7. 1 more time. Inhale to lift. This time, exhale, lower and hold. Deep breath in. Exhale, lower all the way down onto your back. Pull the right knee into the chest. Give it a squeeze. And as you exhale, let it fall to the left. Take a twist. Open the arm into a T or a cactus shape. Gaze over the right shoulder if that feels okay for the full twist. Otherwise, over the left shoulder for a little neck stretch. Deepen the breath. Press the right hip away from the face. One more deep breath in. Deep breath out. Inhale, come back to center. Take the other side. Send the right leg long. Inhale to pull the left knee in, give it a squeeze. And as you exhale, let it fall to the right. Supine twist, second side. Find your arm variation, find your drishti, your gaze. One more deep breath in here. Deep breath out. Inhale to come back to center. Plant both feet. Take a few rounds of bridge pose. Tucking the tailbone down so the low back presses into the earth. As you inhale, lift through the hips. And as you exhale, lower down. 2 more rounds. Imagining the spine like a string of pearls. Can you lower 1 pearl at a time, 1 vertebra at a time? Next time the hips come down, you can hold here. A couple of options. If you want to add on, you could cross the right ankle over the left knee and try to lift the hips from here. If you are into a more difficult back bend, you can bring the hands to frame the ears and start to work towards Urdhva Dhanurasana, upward facing dog. I won't teach it today, but if you have it in your regular practice, you could press the heart open, taking your back bend. Again, every day a little bit different. The beauty of a yoga practice, of a diligent, tapas informed yoga practice, is that every day is a little different. Is that even though we have this consistency and discipline in the practice, we can notice the subtle changes. If you're taking an asymmetrical variation where the right ankle is crossed, take the other side. Again, noticing the difference between the sides. And after you've evened out both sides, start to come down, making your way towards center, that bridge set up. And we'll take either happy baby or supine pigeon. So happy baby is holding the feet or holding the ankles with the knees bent. Supine pigeon gets into the hips a little bit more, crossing the right ankle over the left knee, flex the foot, press the knee gently away. Maybe lift the left foot and bring the legs a little closer in. You could hold on to the left thigh or shin. If you're in happy baby, you might play with stretching one leg and then the other. You could rock side to side. You could pull the feet down with the hands and then press the feet up towards the ceiling. Notice what happens in the low back as you do that. Deep breaths here. If you're feeling any tightness in that right knee in supine pigeon, you've gone too far. The knee doesn't like to bend this way. It's not worth hurting the joints. Oftentimes, the small joints suffer because of the big joints. So if we're really tight in the hips, our knees tend to bear a lot of that grunt. Not worth it. One more deep breath wherever you are. If you're in supine pigeon, start to make your way to the other side. If you're in happy baby, maybe pull the knees into the chest, squeezing them together. The knees were open, now they're closed. You could rock side to side here. Or again, if you want to play, you could bring the hands behind the thighs, behind the knees, on the calves, and start to stretch the legs. They don't have to come to straight, flexing through the feet. Again, notice that internal dialogue. Don't beat yourself up for it. Totally normal for the brain to be looking for stimulus. Two more breaths wherever you are, maybe supine pigeon. Maybe pulling the legs in with the knees bent or straight. On your next exhale, bring the feet down back into that bridge prep. And our final pose today will be Supta Baddha Konasana. If there's any other poses that you like to take for your practice to feel more complete, or if you are especially averse to Supta Baddha Konasana where the feet are together and the knees are wide, then take a different pose. Take a pose that will help you settle towards Shavasana. For some of us, that's a headstand. For others, it might be another happy baby or a twist. If you do take Supta Baddha Konasana, can you imagine tucking the tailbone down? You might actually do it so that the low back, there's a little bit of space between the low back and the floor. but just enough so that your hand could come underneath, not much more than that. That way we're really getting into the hips rather than overarching the low back. Wherever you are, can you maintain that slow, deep, deliberate breath? If you've chosen an asymmetrical pose, switch to the other side. Maybe you have another pose that you're interested to take before Shavasana. If you find that today the breath wanders more than usual, sometimes helps to count the inhales and exhales. Take about 3 or 4 more breaths, working on whatever you're working on. When you've evened out both sides, start to make your way towards Shavasana. If you're in Supta Baddha Konasana, use the hands to help the knees together. You can always stay in Supta Baddha Konasana for Shavasana if that feels good. Otherwise, you could send the legs long or keep the knees bent with the feet on the floor, especially if there's any tightness or gripping in the low back. You can always add some layers as the body temperature tends to drop in Shavasana, maybe some socks or a sweater. Take as much time as you need to find a comfortable position. And when you get there, see if there's anything you can do to make yourself even 10% more comfortable. Maybe exhale and release the jaw. Let the eyes soften or close. Let gravity hold you here. And for the next few moments, relax, release, and let go. Shavasana. You can stay as long as you like. When you feel ready, let your next inhale be a little deeper. And the one after that, a little deeper still. Gradually invite some small movements into the body, fingers and toes. As the breath grows, allow the movement to grow in any way that feels good. You may like to reach the arms overhead for a big stretch, or maybe you roll onto one side in a fetal position for a moment. Again, stay in Shavasana for as long as you like. When you feel ready, use the hands to press yourself up to a comfortable seat. Take your time getting there. And as you press the sitting bones down, can you reach the spine tall? Relax the shoulders away from the ears. Let the eyes close or just gaze down towards the floor. Take a moment to thank yourself for showing up. Thank your body for working for you. Gratitude for the practice, its lineage, and all the benefits it brings. Let's take 3 breaths together to close. Let your next exhale be deep and complete. Then inhale through the nose. Exhale, open mouth, sigh. Slow breath in. Slow breath out. Last time. Thank you so much for coming. Such an honor to share this practice with you.